Well, hello again, and welcome, finally, back to Ocarina of Time. Haven't made one of these in a while because I just got off of Christmas break visiting family, and I flew back down here to college, and I'm ready to make these again. So, previously I completed the Forest Temple, and Kokiri Forest is saved, and if you look around, there's not a single enemy in sight, not even those 3 Deku Babas that were in the tunnel there. So, it's completely clear, and people can finally chill out outside again. It's very nice. Also, if you talk to people while you're an adult, they're going to recognize you, but say they'll refer to you as Mr., which I find interesting. Now, I went in and out of that house for one reason, actually, is because there is a golden skulltula that I want to get, and I didn't want to have to, whenever you change the song to night, since there's no daylight cycle in Kokiri Forest, I would just put me back in front of the Great Deku Tree, and I didn't want that, so that's why you do this. So there's one right here behind the twins' house. Just be very careful and don't hookshot onto the wood. I think I may have done it by accident, but I don't remember. Goodness, I cannot aim! Ugh. If this becomes an issue, yeah, look at this. Just shoot it with your bow. Goodness, this emulator, I forgot how difficult it was to play on this emulator here. Alright. There it is. Well, I guess maybe if you walk a little bit closer, you can Z-target the token itself and bring it to you. Alright, now that should be all Kokiri Forest gold skulltulas. Very good. I think I should be at about half. I have about half of them right now. I don't quite remember, but that's all it is for now. Alright, well, that's all there is to do here in Kokiri Forest. Before I continue on, there is one important thing that I want to do that I typically forget to do on most playthroughs, but for the sake of this walkthrough and just to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. And I made sure to parallel park Epona very well before entering Kokiri Forest. Okay, still nighttime, Hyrule Field, not very interesting. Alright, so where I want to go now is Lake Hylia, and so I'll be taking my horse there right now. Also, you'll notice the B button is now the button for the bow and arrow. I don't remember if it wasn't there before or if it was just blank, but yep, you can shoot arrows while you're riding your horse. Pretty cool. Now, that doesn't compare to Twilight Princess, where you can use your sword on your horse, but you gotta remember that Nintendo 64 was very limited in a lot of things, so just this was pretty amazing. But enough about how gaming has, achieved more and more as time goes on. Let's continue here in Lake Hylia. Alright. So here in Lake Hylia, what I actually wanted to do was come over here to these scarecrows, because if you remember before I entered Lord Jabu Jabu, and that was a third Child Link dungeon, I talked to the scarecrow here, Bonuru, and I played a little song for him, and a little 8-note song. And again, you don't have to use mine, you can make up literally your own, but just either take a picture with your phone or write it down so you remember, or just don't forget. Okay, so you talk to him, and he's going to recognize you, of course, but he's going to want you to play the song. So if you have that song memorized, which I sure hope you do, if you don't, sorry, can't really help you. I think you can go back in time and create another one for him. Not quite sure, though. I already played it for him and for Pierre. There were 2 here, but now there's just 1. So anyway, I went ahead and played my Scarecrow song for him. And he's going to be super excited. And so, what he does now is, if you play that song anywhere where Navi will highlight something super far away, you can play the song, and then Pierre will appear there. And then you can use your hook shot to hook on... You can hook yourself towards Pierre. I don't know why that was so difficult to say. But since he's not here right now, well, there's nothing to do. But I think I can actually demonstrate this right now, right here. I believe there's a place right here. You see Navi's going up. But I don't remember if I did it in the video or not. So anyway, I wanted to take this magic bean and climb up this roof. And oh, hang on, there's a guay here. All right. So Navi's highlighting right there. If you play the Scarecrow song while she's highlighting, then Pierre can come out there. I guess that's for if you didn't collect the magic bean. But the reason why I collected I came up here, climbed up this ladder to this tower, and look at that. Piece of heart. You can collect this pretty much at any time There's nothing stopping you. This is just one of the earliest opportunities I took to collect it, but that's fine. Alright, very good. That is it for now. Let's go ahead and go back to the Temple of Time, because there is something very important for us to be waiting there, and I hate that little slope there. I don't know why it's designed like that. The little dirt slope, if you come at it from a weird angle, which is pretty much any angle, Epona won't like it very much, and then she'll just kind of be scared of it. So you gotta take it slow down there. Oh, it's also worth noting too that the Scarecrow song will not show up on the quest status subscreen. So if that was what you were relying on to remember the song, I'm sorry. Bad news for you, because it will not show up there. So, sorry to tell you that now, but I can't really say anything else except for the fact that you really should have had it memorized. Sorry. Then again, like I said, I think you can go back in time and just create a new one. And so that's what I'm on my way to do right now. Alright, it took a while, but here I am finally at Hyrule Castle, or Ganon's Castle, really. This place was corrupted. Or corrupt, I don't... I actually don't know how to say that, wow. Past tense for corrupt. Alright. Here we are again. Watch out for the re-deads, but since I don't actually paralyze you here, you can just run past them. So scary. Okay, here is the Temple of Time. Let's go ahead and just make our way to the front door and see who's there waiting for us. Alright, this place is familiar, right? Yes, let's go ahead and see if Shiek is still here for us. Alright, that's apparently a special Deku nut that flashes the light. Not just a quick flash, but, I don't know, light. So anyway, now you can go back in time and forward in time as you please. And while you're Adult Link, whenever you save and restart your game, you will reappear inside the Temple of Time. And if you're a Child Link, you'll reappear inside Link's treehouse. Unless you're in a dungeon, of course, then you'll just reappear at the beginning of that dungeon. But there you go, that's the default location for Adult Link to spawn whenever you load up your game as Adult Link outside of a dungeon. Alright, now I'm here in Ganon's Castle because there's something I want to collect now that I actually wasn't able to before. So I know I showed this place off, but over here along this mini bridge here, go ahead and take your hookshot out and then kill this golden skulltula. And there you go. that's another one here. I actually usually save this one until the very end of the game, and look at that. 52 golden skulltulas. Oh, I think my phone went off. My phone's going off. Whoop. Alright, so I now have over half of the golden skulltulas. So if you're a new-time player, I guess you can stop here because really there is no incredibly awesome reward for collecting all 100 of them. But still, if you're a completionist, as I am, then I'll show you how to get the rest of them. The 48 more that exist. Wow, that's a lot. Alright, so now that we're done here, and yes, I like to walk as close to Rita as I can without getting caught. Or choked or whatever. Alright, well after that, now let's go ahead and make our way up here. Back outside of the castle. Oh, and look, she's right there waiting for me. That's very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our way to the next area. Which they said, and if Navi talks to you, she'll say something about Death Mountain, so... I couldn't really get her to talk to me here on camera, or while I was filming. Not camera, this isn't... No camera was used to make this, at all. I couldn't get her to talk to me while I was filming, even though she usually talks to you the first minute while you're playing. Except I don't think I... rebooted up this game. I think I just left it on from the previous video, and I just recorded them the same time. Alright, here I am in Kakariko Village during the day. Actually, the time of day doesn't really matter. I just prefer the daytime. Now, actually, there is a minigame for us to play here now that I have my hero's bow, or not hero's bow, fairy bow. This is not Twilight Princess. I've played a lot of that. But first, let's go ahead and collect our reward for 50 tokens inside the House of Skulltula. So all of the kids are safe, and they'll even say, I'm so happy everyone is back to normal. Except for their father, of course, so... And actually, I think I forgot to... No, wait, no, this is the one for 50. There you go. That is the best reward probably you will get. And that is it for them. And the reason why I walked around the perimeter and avoided the middle is because for some reason I just like to avoid hearing the skulltula sound. It's just kind of annoying. Or, you can climb up here. I don't know why I was showing that off, but I did. You're tall enough to climb up here now that you're adult Link. Alright, but this house... Oh yeah, I think I was showing off this house. This house is now done, and it is, as you can guess by the image right there, the shooting gallery. So, since Hyrule Castle is destroyed, some villagers there and some civilians have had to relocate, and so they've relocated to Kakariko Village. Now, this took me a few tries now, so I just wanted to show this off. Now, the biggest difference between playing the shooting gallery as a child versus an adult is that there's no set pattern. It's completely randomized every time. And again, the way that it works is that if you get 8 or 9, then you get to replay again for free. And then if you get anything lower than that, then you have to pay. Okay. This took me a few tries just to show how just frustratingly difficult this is. And you're probably wondering why I'm even risking my sanity for this, because honestly, it felt like that while playing. Oh, this was a pretty good one, but I think I missed the very last one. Yep, look at that. I wasted all my arrows just because I couldn't slightly move it to the left. The emulator I was using, which is Project 64, I use this USB-connected Nintendo 64 controller. So I do get the authentic retro feel, but it just makes it very difficult. Alright, I think this is the second to last try, and then I do it right. But just to show it off, yeah, this is frustrating. This is hard. So if you get it on the first try, I applaud you an awful lot, because the first time I ever played this game, I think I actually ran out of rupees and I hadn't saved, so I just had to go grind for more for like 15-20 minutes. It was annoying. Alright, this should be it. And I should have like 2 more rupees left to get, or maybe just that one. Nope, 2 more after this. Done and done. Alright, so... good job after finally doing this. This isn't necessary, but for 100% completion is, because I have the Big Quiver. And that's going to conclude this video, so join me in the next one to continue in the main quest.